Guys, the task for today is if you have visited any Greenland in the past, you have to talk about that, and you have to speak for almost 3 to 4 minutes. So the points you can cover is your first impression and the surroundings and the landscape. Like either it has some hills or lake, waterfalls. Then the experience. You can mention the aside, like the shades of the green, or the sound, for example, the flowing water or a gentle breeze, smell, then the atmosphere and the feelings there, the weather there, and the activities or anything which you explored there and what you observed. The guys who just have joined now, I'm saying that you have to talk about a visit to any natural place. For example, in Pakistan, a visit to any northern area. I'm just writing a map for you in the chat box. You can follow that, or you can follow the one which you want. You have to use these words which are mentioned on the slides, and you have to speak about that for almost 3 to 4 minutes. And don't write it anywhere. Don't take the material from AI or from Google. Just try to speak it on your own self. Tahira, some students have just joined now. Can you please explain them which activity I have assigned just now? Guys, please listen to Tahira carefully.
Well, you guys have to deliver a short speech using these words. If you have ever visited, like a natural green place, a park, or any northern area in Pakistan. So, write something using these words and then deliver that speech.
Okay, guys, just gear up and make your point just now, because when someone will be delivering their speech, you have to listen to that carefully. I may ask from you that the other what the other person just said. So in that time, you are not allowed to write the points or prepare anything. I have sent you a map in the chat box, so you may follow that. Okay, in the first impression, you may say that where was the first thing that caught your attention? Like either it was the vast greenery, or the trees, or the flowers, or the lake. Then about the surroundings or the landscape. So describe the type of landscape. For example, either the forest, hills, lakes. That's the landscape there. So, and you may mention the natural features there. Then the sensory experience, in which the sight that what you saw there, the shades of green, or the flowers, colorful flowers. If you remember anyone, then the smell, and touch about like the soft grass or the barks of the trees or the cool breeze, like that. Regarding the atmosphere and weather, so how the weather was there, all those. So have you prepared? Guys, just let me know in the chat box, or you can just take a thumb up if you have prepared. Otherwise, I can give you 1 or 2 minutes. But after that, you are not allowed to work on it. Then you have to listen to what other. Okay, Fatima, great.
Do I have to make a whole storyline or just say lines?
Okay, well, it's great if you I can make a story. Of course, that
Okay.
will have a starting and an ending. But it's just a speech, so you have to speak about it for 3 to 4 minutes. It just depends upon you. Like, you just
Okay.
like, yeah, you
Okay.
want to keep it
So,
the essay or story.
okay, I want to keep it a story.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. Okay, the scenic wonderland that I ever saw in my life is the Sawat Lake, the Mahudand Lake, and the
Fatima,
vista.
can you
Yes.
please give us a minute? Guys, have you prepared? Because I'm saying that if someone is speaking, so others are obliged to listen to that. If you haven't prepared, then you can also text, and if you have, then please. Tahir and Madiha Begum. Okay, Madiha has Okay, Fatima, you may start now.
Okay. The most scenic wonderland that I have ever seen in my life is the Mahudant Lake. I visited it back in 2020, and the vista was so pristine. And the first impression of the lake was it was full of snow, and it was a lake alongside the jungle, and the water was lush green, and the scene was so serene, and it was so calm and beautiful. And whenever I feel whenever I feel sad, I think about that time, the sense and the feel of the cold snow and the crunchy snow, and the lake was glistening. The environment and the weather was so cold and it was so pretty. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Simran, I have just assigned this task now in today's class, so all of the students were not aware of that. Which is, you can say that it's kind of, a surprise activity. So you may prepare it now. Okay, Fatima, that's a great job. But I guess, Fatima, your time isn't up yet, as you have to speak about it for at least 3 to 4 minutes.
Oh, sorry about that, but I just ran out of things.
All right, okay. So, Fatima, let's talk about the mistakes first. I guess you spoke that the water was full of lush green plants, something like that. Can you please repeat that line? Because there was mistake in.
Yeah, I said the lake was lush green color. The water was lush green.
Okay, so this thing and there was another word which you used was the jungle. Of course, like we may use it, but you should buy use forest. So Tahira, can you please highlight the mistake? Like Fatima is saying that water was lush green. So can you point out the mistake there?
Sorry, I didn't hear what she said.
Can I point out my own mistake?
Okay, Fatima, just a minute. Tahira, that's so bad. Like I asked you in the starting that please listen to what others were saying. So I may ask that. So why you were not listening, Tahira?
Sorry, I missed the last word. What did she say?
Okay. Okay, Tahira, Fatima said that the water was lush green.
I mean, lush is for healthy green plants. Maybe used it incorrectly there.
Yeah. So okay, Fatima was saying that she can point out her own mistake. So Fatima, please give it a shot. Javera is also raising her hand. Fatima.
Yes, the forest was lush green.
Okay. And Javeria, what do you wanna say?
She said that the water was lush green. How the water can be lush green?
Yeah, the same thing. Fatima, as I have just mentioned it, so the lush means it's full of healthy green plants, right? So the water can't be lush.
Yes, I just didn't see the meaning and I just used the word. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay, so like I have written their meanings. So no worries. Okay, who wanna speak next? Tahira or Javeri? Okay, Tahira. Yes, yes, Tahira.
Okay, so I'll start. I visited a scenic garden at my university recently. It has a vista view. The beautiful flowers there had caught my eye. The pristine air of that place made me feel wonderful. The lush plants and glistening grass there made the atmosphere serene.
Okay, so Tahira, I know for our wonder, you just visited a green park inside university.
Yeah, there's
Like,
a huge garden there. I
okay,
couldn't think of anything else.
all right. I guess we should also visit that, you know, white green park. It
Yes,
must
it
be
really is nice. It's very nice.
okay. So, the word you use, okay, so it's flowers. It's not flowers, okay?
Okay.
And you made another mistake, just like skipped out of my mind just now. I was about to point out that. Okay, Javeria, your turn.
Okay. So, um, It was my story on about Trail 5, hiking on Trail 5. So the first few steps onto the forest felt like stepping into another quiet and peaceful world. The air was thick with the scent of damp soil and huge trees, forming a canopy that filtered the golden air. A gentle breeze, yet cold, whispered through the leaves and shivers down on my face and cheeks. Not from cold, but from the thrill of adventure and peace. As I continued, I let my fingers brush against the rough trees and bushes, the texture both familiar and grounding. The air was crisp, with the promise of approaching dusk. Clouds drifted across the sky, casting soft shadows that danced on the ground. With a final glance at the fading light, I turned back, my footsteps blending into the rhythm of the trail, which leads to a small um, pound, pound, which I sat there and take a long breath after a long hike. All the tiredness from the hike fade away after sitting down there at the pond. I think that's it.
Okay, so you just like giving us expression. Okay, you are just like about and at this line and at this line. Okay, the attempt was amazing, but the very
Thank
first
you.
line, yeah, you use what it was a story. So like as you are depicting it just now, so you may say it's a story, rather than saying was. And the another mistake you made during that was air was take to the damn soil.
With a scent of damp soil.
Yeah. So Tahir,
Okay.
can you point out the mistake which she's making just now?
Can she repeat the last sentence?
Javed, please repeat that.
The सेंटेंस लास्ट वाला या फिर उससे भी पिछला ये डैम सॉइल वाला.
That air was thick with the scent of.
Okay, so it was like the air was thick and with the scent of damp soil.
I mean, sounds right to me, I think.
Okay, Javed, that sentence, that is right. That the air was thick with the scent of damp soil. So when you first depicted that, I guess you didn't use the word scent. You just said that the air was thick with the damp soil, like that.
Oh,
So yeah, so you missed that word,
okay, okay.
I guess, or maybe it was
I just jot down my small words.
okay. Yeah, so no worries. There must be some network issue. Maybe you have used that word scent. So otherwise, it was just an amazing attempt.
Okay.
Wait. So Madiha Begum, have you prepared your part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Madiha, you may start now.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I am from there, so I want to my day. Actually, it's mentioning beautiful view, especially Kumrat. It's time
So
really surrounded by.
I'm really sorry, Madiha, but your voice is not clear.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, now I am audible.
Yes, a little better. But can you please relocate? Can you please change your location?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Um. Okay. Ma'am, I'm from Upper Deer, so I want to talk about my deer. So
Okay. Yes. Okay. Now your voice is clear. You may start.
okay, ma'am. Deer has many stunningly beautiful areas, especially Kumrat. It's a pristine valley surrounded by lush greenery landscape and scenic vista. The glistening lake in Kumrat is a serene oasis, reflecting the majestic beauty of the surrounding landscape. The weather there is extremely pleasant, and we fully enjoy ourselves when it snows. That's all, ma'am.
Okay. So if you just has just depicted the story, then you should use the past words. But if you're just like talking about the present that you still you enjoyed it, then it's fine. By the way, you use all these words, so okay, that's great. Alina Israr, do you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. So I also talk about Kumrat because I recently went to Kumrat and enjoy a lot there. So as I walked through Kumrat, so I saw a beautiful vista of mountains and trees. The air was pristine and fresh, and I felt calm and peaceful. The scenic trails took me through lush green forest where the trees were tall and the flowers were blooming. The sound of glistening streams accompanied me as I walked. The atmosphere was serene and quiet, and I felt my worries fade away. I sat down on a rock and took in the breathing view.
Okay, Alina, that's great. Guys, if you have find any word new here, so you may take this a screenshot and may learn that later. Guys, in yesterday's class, we talk about some ways that how to end a conversation professionally. So those students who weren't present, please be careful now. Fatima, have you attended yesterday's class?
Yes, I was present in yesterday's class.
Okay, so did you attend that part? I guess you joined
Ye-
late.
Yes, but I had attended this part.
Okay. So, guys, please have a look. And we also use these phrasal verbs. Please go through it quickly. Okay. So, this question is for Madiha Begum. Uh, okay, Madhya, there's an event in the school, and there's a kid from a nursery section, and they're just standing on the stage, and they're not commencing their activity. So you are a teacher there, and you have to ask them to start. So what would you say? Okay, Madhya, before that, please let me know. Were you present in yesterday's class? Madhya?
Present.
Oops, I didn't hear you. Madhya, can you please write it in the chat box? If you know the answer, then please write it in the chat box. Okay, Madhya. So what would be the answer for that? Okay, but you're oblique to use the phrasal verbs, which I taught you in yesterday's class. Anyone else? Tahira, you may answer that. Please open your mic and answer that.
What's the question?
Okay, so it was a question. Uh, I guess Tahira is doing something else along with the class, so you have missed it second time, Tahira. Are you here?
Yes, sorry.
Great going, Tahira. Okay, Fatima, you may answer.
The right answer would be go ahead.
I guess I should present the
Take
screen. Okay, so please use alternative of that which is mentioned on the screen.
So you may proceed.
Okay, so what does the commence mean? Commence means to start. So for here, the better one would be take up. Like
Excuse me,
of course you can. Yes.
are you presenting anything, any slides? I couldn't
Yes.
see. I
Yes,
couldn't
I
see.
am. Okay, so is it visible to you, Fatima?
Yes, it is visible.
Uh huh. Let me rejoin.
Okay,
Maybe.
sure. So guys, when it's about commencing or starting, so you may use the word take up. You know, so to begin, you may use that word take up. So let's for Javeria to. Okay, she's here. Okay, so the next scenario is you are all set for an important meeting at 3 p.m. with your team to discuss a major project. You had prepared your notes, gathered key documents, and even arrived early to ensure that everything was in place. So, however, just 10 minutes before the meeting was about to begin, you received a notification. And after reading the notification, everyone was feeling blue. So, what does it mean? What just. Okay, Fatima got that, and Tahir also. Okay, Alina Israr, what do you think? What happened there?
Ma'am, I think it means like cancel call off.
Yeah, exactly. The answer is call off. So it was a scenario for the meeting has called off. Okay. Okay. So the next one is after weeks of struggling with an overwhelmed work, sleepless nights, and constant pressure to meet deadlines, you find yourself sitting alone in your room, staring at your unfinished task. Your mind is exhausted, your body feels heavy, and no amount of motivation seems to push you forward. So you just take a deep breath and whisper to yourself, I dash. Madiha Begum, please answer this. Madiha?
Yes, ma'am, are you asking something from me?
Yes.
What? Sorry, ma'am,
Okay.
I didn't hear you.
Okay. Let's ask from Javeria.
I believe it's I give in, I surrender.
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay.
Guys, I announced in the group that we will be having no class on Monday, but in yesterday's class, Tahira asked me to call off the class, which we'll have on Sunday as it's match day. So, what do you think? Should we have class